The next morning, when Sylvie's eyes open amidst the clouds, she has fallen towards the ground. On the other hand, Princess is enjoying the morning with her guard, and she is taking their advice on different things, beyond the color of the flowers on her face. Because the princess loves cherry blossoms, and a guard sits on his lap and says the cherry blossoms are a bit small. I like them a lot, and the princess doesn't like the taste of it, and she starts her breakfast. Then a guard named Derek says, "Lay Ariel, you are going to be the ruler of this country, so you should choose your friends and enemies carefully." And the princess says, "This dream is quite far away, because I have 2 younger brothers and a big sister as well. It's a fairy tale for him to take over my position. Anyway, tea sips and a free life are enough for me." But then Lou hears someone's voice, and he gets prepared. On the other hand, we see that Sylvie is still falling as she is using her spells to save herself, which doesn't work, but somehow the color of her hair changes. Before anyone could understand anything, a wild boar-like monster attacks Lou. He tells the princess to run away from there and stands in front of the monster to face it. The fast-running monster moves forward to attack. That's when Sylvie lands on him, and Sylvie's attack somehow works. The next moment, the monster's corpse is lying and Sylvie becomes unconscious. Lou calls Ariel when he sees that Sylvie is lying unconscious among beautiful flowers. In the next scene, Sylvie opens her eyes on the bed and is shocked to see her reflection. She thinks it's a dream. Then Ariel tells her that it's not like that. She is now in the royal palace of the Azura Kingdom. Then she asks Sylvie about her. Sylvie says that she is from the Bona village and she doesn't remember how she came here. When she opened her eyes, she was in the air. The princess says in a gloomy voice that maybe the whole Fatova region has been completely destroyed along with your hometown. It will be difficult for you to find your friends and family, and you may even be punished in the middle of your treatment for trespassing in the royal palace. Then the princess, looking at her, says, "Wear this and stay with me. Change your name and appearance too. I will help you find your family." After this, the scene shifts. We see that Sylvie wears her guard's uniform and joins Ariel. Along with Luke, she was also the princess guard, and her new name is Fitz. Fitz, along with her protection, sometimes work as a maid for the princess. Ariel asks Luke about today's schedule, on which Luke tells that after breakfast there is a party in the afternoon. In the afternoon, when Ariel enters the party with her guards, everyone's eyes are fixed on them. She wishes them all a good day. Then Sir Pilamon comes there and greets the princess and asks her to come to the afternoon meeting. Then Ariel's elder brother comes there with his principal and says, "Sir Pilamon and my dear sister, it seems you both are talking something private." But the princess says the right thing. "Gravel brother, have a good day. You caught us. Anyway, we were discussing the sweets of the feast." Gravel says, "Anyway, leave it. You are my dear sister. Why don't you sing a song for us in a sweet voice?" And he leaves from there. Then his disciple says, "This is strange. The princess movement." Gravel says, "No, this elf with glasses, the silent Fitz." His disciple says, while appeasing, no one has ever seen him speak. We see that Fitz is shaking, on which the Luke tells him not to do this and tells him to pay attention to Lady Ariel. The Luke goes ahead and starts socializing with the rest. Fitz is listening to all of them. People call him the silent Fitz commander. They are making fun of his glasses and appearance. After hearing so much judgment, she gets tired and sits down. Then a man asks for a hand to help him get up. And as soon as he touches his hand, he says, "This hand is very soft and feminine." Fitz gets scared and moves back, and then she bumps into a null person and she drops the liquor from her hand and falls down. And then a silent tension builds up there, which is broken by the sweet voice of Princess Ariel, who is singing in a beautiful voice, which makes everyone happy. Along with her elder brother, many claps are raised for her. Then Princess puts an exam in the name of the beautiful future of the Azura Kingdom. We see that Gravel is jealous of her sister's popularity. We see that night, Fitzy Sylphus was not able to sleep. She was having nightmares in which she is just falling in the dark. She starts crying. Luke understands this, but he could not help her, so he goes back to sleep. The next morning, we see that Ariel's mind is not properly focused on useful things. But then she says, "I can defeat my brother in just one matter, and that is popularity. So, Sir Pilamon, you will have to work even harder." Sir Pilamon says while leaving, "Okay, Princess, I'll see what I can do for you. But until then, you have to try not to show yourself weak, and Luke, protect the princess at the cost of your life." Luke and Fitz bow down and Sir Pilamon leaves from there. Ariel asks Fitz, "Fitz, I am very happy with your dedication and hard-working nature." Fitz says, "But other nobles don't think so." Ariel says, Don't think about them. I will always like you. Fitz comes running to Ariel and says, "Thank you very much. Lady Ariel, did you get any news from my family or friends?" Ariel says calmly, "It feels like they have gone to different boys in this world. I'm sorry, I can't help you with such a low power." Fitz says, "It's not like that. You've done a lot for me so far. That's enough for me." After a moment of peace, Ariel says, "Listen, Fitz, why don't we sleep together tonight?" Fitz doesn't understand anything. Then Ariel says, "I've heard you have nightmares. Don't you think it will be a little easier to sleep together?" Fitz gets scared, to which, "You should consider it your reward." In the next scene, we see an upper house where a play is taking place where Grable and his stooge are also present. We're discussing Ariel's popularity and position. He thinks that Ariel is rolling papatums for governance, to which Grable says, "Nonsense. He doesn't even have a skillful politician." Then his stooge says, "Yes, a commoner is among guards. I think it is easy to handle them for the princess. In other words, we will have to do this work first." And then he tolerates the almost naked chick sitting in his lap. He keeps planning, and then that guy says, "There is no point in cutting the branches of the tree. Why don't we cut its roots?" Grable says, "I leave it to you." That night, Sylphie comes to the princess's room in light clothes. Princess Ariel thanks her and welcomes her bed. And when Sylphie asks her in doubt, "Are we really going to sleep on one bed?" So Ariel's thoughts start getting worse. So Sylphie thinks that Ariel's intentions are not good. And she asked him, to which Ariel says, "Yes, I'd have called you here to have play." And then she puts Sylphie down and comes to the top of her and starts looking at her with wide eyes, on which Sylphie tries to resist. Just then, Ariel says, "Oh, man, I was just kidding." And then she lies down next to Sylphie. And then she says, gratefully, "I asked you to sleep with me because I also have nightmares. That day when that boar monster attacked me, I think if I sleep with my savior, then maybe these nightmares will stop coming." On this, Sylphie says, "I will put my life to protect you." And then they go to sleep. There was a deep silence at night and emptiness in the environment. But today, Sylphie and Ariel are not having nightmares. Sylphie wakes up and holds Ariel's hand. And then she's about to sleep. Just behind the curtains, she sees a person standing. And boom, Sylphie saves herself and Ariel. Sylphie tells Ariel to stay behind her. We see that this was the same assassin who she had kept in her lap. That assassin does multiple attacks with her dagger, which answers Sylphie gives with her magic. The assassin tricks her and drops her. There is a wall to land her final blow. And she's about to land her final blow. Sylphie beats her with her magic. Ariel sees that Sylphie is unconscious. Just then, Luke comes there and he calls the medic. After that, Sylphie's eyes close. The next morning, Sir Pilamon tells that the girl who attacked him was a famous assassin, Knight Ikro, whose victims have already been on many noble papers. When asked about Ariel's condition, Fitz tells that she is fine, because the poison on the dagger was less. Sir Pilamon says, "This incident proves that your enemy is in this royal palace. Maybe you can handle more. Why don't we get out of this country on the pretext of studying?" To which Ariel says, "Are you asking me to run away from my responsibilities?" Sir Pilamon says, "It's not like that. You just have to stay alive. You'll get me more good opportunities." Ariel agrees, and Luke comes forward and says that he will protect her on this journey. The princess thanks him, and then she gets up and takes off Sylphie's glasses. And then she says, "Fitz, I set you free from today. Thank you, whether you get punished for entering this palace or not. But keeping you as my protector was the best decision of my life. Forgive me. I got a little selfish. I couldn't help you find your family and friends. But now I don't want to give you any more problems." Sylphie says, "And you said that we are friends. And I want to help my friend in this difficult time. When my friend is in danger, how can I turn my face?" And then she takes back her glasses and wears it. And she smiles and says, "I want to go with you willingly." After this, Ariel thanks him. And then Ariel says, "I will be the ruler of this kingdom at any cost." Sir Pilamon and Luke bow down and honor their future ruler. And that day, Sylphie decided to save her friend. And after that day, there were no more nightmares.